Welcome to Notepad. I'm your host Ibrahim Sani. Xin Ning Kuai Le, Kong Sui Fa Chai. Happy Chinese New Year, everyone. And I'm sure as we all gather around the dinner table, enjoying our reunion dinner, or perhaps have had our reunion dinner and not just chilling, I want to wish everybody out there a very special, very unique kind of New Year. In this episode, there's not going to be much, hardcore stuff. It's just going to be a lot of us talking to our friends in the business world, trying to understand what they're doing this Chinese New Year, and of course, trying to appreciate the simple things in life, which is, of course, health and prosperity. We'll start with our very good friend over at TNG Digital, Ignatius Ong, and TNG actually. We've had him on. Hi, Ignatius.
Hi, Ibrahim. How's everything? Good?
Good lah. I mean, like the last time we spoke, it was
Raya.
Exactly, and we're doing this, and both of us. I was rewatching the episode very recently. We were talking. I was watching the Raw episode as well. So the things that were unaired, and one of the promises that we made to each other was that tapalah, inshallah, everything's gonna be okay by by a certain time. Yep. Turns out that it's 1 year since we had that conversation. Here we are, back to square one. But how are things been for you?
Oh, we are trudging along well. I have to say, especially for myself, it's I think adapting to the new norm. Whenever you leave the house, making sure that you have your face mask on. Not just the smartphone now. Everything else, and making sure, especially when you're going out with the kids, you got to make sure everything is prepared. So again, like I said, we Malaysians are great adaptable people. So we sort of adapted quite well to the new norm. So yeah, good stuff.
Let's try to appreciate the good things in life, as I mentioned just now. One of them is, of course, health. And you don't realize that health is key and paramount across all things. I mean, my parents, they're senior citizens, and they keep on saying that, take care of your health, and you just make a mental note of it. You're like, yeah, of course, sure, of course I will, but then you eat McDonald's every day.
and you work non-stop every day in the home.
No, you work non-stop, you work non-stop, and there was no demarcation, right? Previously, you were at the office and you work non-stop at the office, and then when you go back home, you realize that, okay, you can switch off. But now you can't switch off, and then now with Clubhouse, it's always interesting to get back onto, in June. But what do you think about just taking care of our health in general?
Well, I think amidst the MCO, the COVID-19, making sure you are staying at the peak of health is most important now. Catching even the smallest or simplest flu gets you a little bit more paranoid today. So I guess it's all about making sure you follow the SOPs and try to eat well. The problem is that when you work from home, especially for myself, when I do work from home, I do snacks quite a lot in between. So making sure you do not blow up your weight, and I think that's the other part of the health thing or the health matter that we need to take care of. So
yeah. Taking care of health is important. I've picked up an interesting habit, which is to run a lot these days, 5 kilometers a day. I try to do it daily, and it's like a self-imposition. I try to do that by myself, lah. Okay, let's talk about TNG Digital.
Yep.
Cash and e-wallet has always been something that people approach quite interestingly in Malaysia. And of course, TNG Digital is a big promoter of cashless, and TNG e-wallet, of course, has been around for quite some time. It's one of the primary e-wallets out there. And later on, I'll be speaking with Maybank about their e-Angpow. But I want to talk to you about your product, your e-Angpow as well. What would be some of the ideas that you want to share with some of our viewers right now when it comes to the e-wallet transactions that you guys provide?
Right. I think one of the things that we thought about, and the team set together about 2 to 3 weeks back, is that we wanted to make sure tradition is kept alive. Nothing has changed. Tradition is endless. So during Chinese New Year or even Raya or even Deepavali for that matter, Angpau has always been the main player in spreading the blessings, the joy. So we want to ensure that we do it the safe way this round. And Touch and Go e-wallet, what we do have has always been a main stable in our product offering is the transfer button. So the transfer button continues to be where it is. What we did was we enhanced it further. We actually included a highlight tab where you can actually click on it. We have a very enticing, red, festive visual to actually get our users to click on it. And what it does is it bring you to the transfer page, which we have actually teamed Chinese New Year. So you'll see a little moo cow at the bottom there. And what we have also enhanced is that we have actually included a greeting. So for people who wanted to write their own greetings, go for it. And what we have also put into place is, a prescribed five greetings in English, 5 greetings in Bahasa, as well as 5 greetings in Mandarin. So when you send that Angpow out to your friends, your relatives, your family, you can also add that into it. So that's one of the things that we have actually put into place quite strongly. Our value proposition has always been the case that when you send the Angpow to people, I'm just trying to pull it back to when you're giving physical cash in that red packet. And what you do is you give it to the young kids and they'll keep it, until the 15 days. What they do is they open it up, and the next thing you know, the parents is going to bring the kids to the bank and bank in the cash. So what we want, so it defeats the purpose, right? People can get the new cruise cash, and then you put it back into the bank. So what we want to do is we want to now get people to, transfer the money cashless, safe, convenient, and then you can use it at our 300,000 touch points, buying your groceries, buying your knickknacks, getting your toys, going to Lazada to do a shopping online. So everything is easy and it's fast and it's convenient. So that's our value proposition from that perspective. The other thing that we have actually also padded on is that, I'm not sure whether, Ibrahim, you know that we have a stamp card loyalty program in our app, which we launched sometime mid of last year, which is actually called Gold Hunter. So we have also Chinese New Year themed it. And what happens is that when you do 2 transactions, you can actually do a claiming a stamp. So you can claim a e-Huat stamp. What it is called is a Fat Choice stamp, right? And you stand a chance to actually get a cashback up to 288 ringgit if you're lucky. So those are some of the things that we have also pivoted using our existing real estate, our existing product, and team it to be Chinese New Year. So making things easy, people are familiarized with it, people knows it, and it's just now with that Chinese New Year touch.
The expression is still there, right? Nothing beats the good old-fashioned way. I've been receiving Duit Raya, in green packets when I was growing up. These days, I'm sending money through the e-wallets that I use with my children. And one thing interesting is that is the thing that they know of. They don't reminisce, they don't romanticize about getting green packets because they've never had it. I'm the one that is romanticizing about the green packets, but to them it's like my green packet is my iPhone lah.
That's right. But buy a green handphone cover. That's probably the way to go about it.
Exactly, but what is the adoption rate between the young and old? Do you think that I would assume, this is my assumption, I would assume that the young generation would use this seamlessly and there would be some sort of acclimatizing period for the older generation. Yep. But how are things like when it comes to the generational gap using things like e-wallet, mobile wallet, those kind of stuff?
Right. I think the great part about last year, again, like I said, I never like to give credit to COVID-19 and the MCO itself, but it did play into our favor. And what happened was that, the government came in quite strongly with 2 initiatives last year. If you recall, it's the e-Tunai and the e-Punjana. And as of today, Touch and Go e-wallet has about above 15 million registered users, and it cuts across the entire spectrum of the age. And we do see that, of course, it goes without saying, age between 18 to 35, the adoption rate, the utilization, the usage is high. And anything with the age of 45 and above is a bit lower, but we see good traction. We see a lot of good adoption of these guys as well. I think probably the only thing that we need to get the so-called older generation is that during festive period like Chinese New Year or Raya itself, the traditions of giving that red packet has always been there. So what we want to do now is to pivot their mindset and think, hey, you know what? It's the same thing. We do it in red color when we send that thing digitally. But the end game is all about making sure that we do the connection. We connect and reconnect with each other when we send that package. So someone's going to Zoom call you or maybe FaceTime you or go into Microsoft Teams and start talking to you and say, hey, thanks for sending over that nice gesture of e-Angpow. So it's not just about the money, it's about getting people to be connected. Albeit not sitting across you or 1 meter away, but that's what it all is all about.
The weirdest thing for me is having Yisang with some of our friends, some of our clients, some of our colleagues over Zoom over the past week.
Okay.
And
how was that?
The first one was weird. Let me tell you that. The first one was very strange. I was just having Yisang, tossing it in front of my computer and then making a mess in front of my computer. But then, things got usual, right? And I suddenly realized, okay, this is how it is. I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to roll with it and enjoy. But tell me, how was the reunion dinner with your family just now? Was it as per festive as you thought it would be?
Well, we did a little bit of a change. I've ordered from a restaurant nearby, went and collected in the noon. And I sat together with my own immediate family, so my wife and my 2 girls. And at the same time, what we do is we give my parents a call, and knowing that they're also sitting at home in their own home having that dinner itself. Yeah. I think that's the new norm. It may take a bit of getting used to, but nevertheless, I think it's something that we'll embrace. But the most important thing is that knowing. And knowing at the back of your mind, our parents are healthy, they are doing well. I think that's the kind of comfort that you have. And the great stuff is that you do not need to drive home after that dinner. and most of the time, Chinese people, they may drink a little bit. So now I will just drink. I just drink on my own with my wife. In front of my 2 girls. And then I just crawl up to my bed upstairs. So it's safe all the way through. It's not just safe from COVID-19, but safe from everything else.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you, Ignatius. I won't take much more of your time, but again, thank you for spending a very auspicious time with us on this channel. And I really wish you and your family all the best, and to all that is watching this show, stay tuned because we still have a conversation with other friends from the business world. We'll start off with Maybank. That will happen right after these messages. But for now, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back after these commercials.